Good morning.
Good morning, and welcome to today's second part of the Public Facilities Commission meeting.
Good morning again, Commissioners. Colleen, if you, this meeting is being recorded and broadcast live. Colleen, if you would please conduct the roll call.
Thank you, TT. Participants, please unmute your device and confirm your presence when I call your name. Beginning roll call with the Commission. Catherine Craven, Chair.
Present.
Larry Mamoli, Commissioner.
Present.
TT Lee, Legal Advisor.
Present.
Next with the Mayor's Office of Housing, Sheila Dillon, Chief and Director.
Present.
Christopher Rooney, Development Officer, NHD.
Present.
Nerylise Janus, Project Manager, Real Estate Management and Sales Division.
Present.
Shani Fletcher, Assistant Director, Director's Office Division.
Present.
Tiara Sachabel, Development Officer, Neighborhood Development Division.
Present.
And I'll read for the record the remainder of the individuals who are in attendance but will not be presenting in today's meeting. You don't have to unmute your device. Jessica Boatwright, Deputy Director, NHD. John Fioback, Senior Development Officer, NHD. James McDonough, Senior Staff Attorney. And this concludes roll call. Thank you.
Thank you, Colleen. Beginning this morning, we have Sheila Dillon, Chief and Director of the Mayor's Office of Housing. MOH has 6 votes on the agenda for today. Vote number 1 is being presented by Christopher Rooney, Development Officer with the Neighborhood Housing Development Division. This vote is for conveyance to Habitat for Humanity Greater Boston Incorporated. This is for vacant land located at 174 Norfolk Street, an unnumbered parcel on Norfolk Street, and 180 Norfolk Street in Dorchester. The purchase price is suggested at $131,000. Chris, if you would please present vote number 1.
Thank you. Good morning, Commissioners. I'm requesting PFC approval of the conveyance to Habitat for Humanity Greater Boston, Inc. for the parcels identified in the vote package in the Dorchester neighborhood of Boston. MOH conducted a public process that resulted in this vote request. Community meetings were held to discuss the development of the parcels on February 13th, 2019 and May 22nd, 2019. A request for proposals was issued on January 27th, 2020 and advertised in the State Central Register in Boston Herald. 3 development teams applied to the RFP and 2 were determined to meet eligibility criteria. The eligible development teams were invited to a community meeting to present their proposals on June 30th, 2020. A public comment period was open until July 22nd of 2020. PFC approved the tentative developer designation of Habitat for Humanity Greater Boston, Inc. on September 16th, 2020. The designation was advertised in the City Record on October 12th and October 19th of 2020. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and the PFC vote request. I've also provided a handout related to this vote request that is displayed on the screen. The first is a site map. You can see it's located at the corner of Thetford and Norfolk Ave. This is a photo of the site. The next is a rendering or front elevations of the site that was submitted to ISD. And the last is the site plan for the site. In summary, if PFC approves the vote request, it will result in the following public benefits. New construction of a residential building consisting of 7 total units of affordable housing, 7 new affordable home ownership units affordable to households earning between 50% and 80% of the area median income, a unit mix of 1 4-bedroom, 2 3-bedroom, and 4 2-bedroom units, including an accessible unit. There will be 7 off-street parking spaces on site, and the project will revitalize 3 underutilized parcels in the neighborhood that have been in the city's inventory for 45, 34, and 22 years respectively. The sale of these parcels can be expected to yield both short and long-term financial benefits to the city. By removing these parcels from MOH's inventory, the city will avoid future costs and liabilities associated with maintaining the property. In addition, by returning these parcels to the tax rolls, the city will recoup annual property tax revenues. And I can answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions, Larry?
Yes, well, first and foremost, great project going ahead. I just want to make sure, for the record, the appraised value here is set at $650,000. We're selling it for $131,000. The difference being is that we are actually investing that money into this project.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, well, just for the record, because sometimes people don't read everything. But it's a great project. Motion to,
Yeah, I'm sorry, Larry. There's always, with our affordable housing projects on city land, there's almost always a land subsidy that's associated with them.
No, I understand that.
In this case, I will point out, though, there's no city's affordable housing subsidy in this because this is Habitat for Humanity and they self-finance their projects. So it's a win-win. We get affordable housing, deed-restricted affordable housing, yet we're not needed for funding for this.
Yeah, no, just wanted to make sure everything was clear. Motion to approve.
Seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Vote number 1 is hereby approved. Vote number 2 is also being presented by Christopher Rooney. Vote 2 is a request for a partial rescission of the tentative developer designation vote of May 21st, 2015, the extension of tentative developer designation votes of November 16, 2016 and May 17, 2017, and conveyance vote of March 14, 2018 to Cote Village Limited Partnership concerning vacant land located at 820 Cummings Highway, unnumbered parcel on Cummings Highway, 3032 Regis Road, and an unnumbered parcel on Regis Road in Mattapan. The partial rescission is being requested for 2 of the 4 original parcels as follows. This is for vacant land at an unnumbered parcel on Cummings Highway and an unnumbered parcel on Regis Road, Mattapan. Chris, if you please present vote number 2, please.
Thank you. I am requesting PFC approval for the partial rescission of the tentative developer designation of Cody Village Limited Partnership, as well as the extensions of the tentative developer designation and the conveyance for the 2 parcels identified in the vote package in the Mattapan neighborhood of Boston. PFC voted to approve the tentative developer designation of 4 parcels on May 21st, 2015. The designation was subsequently extended twice in 2016 and 2017, and a conveyance vote was approved on March 14th of 2018. Please see the enclosed project background memorandum submitted with the prior commission vote request for the full process development and designation background. The original proposal submitted by the development team of the Planning Office for Urban Affairs, Inc. and Caribbean Integration Community Development, Inc. proposed the construction of affordable residential units on the city-owned parcels located at 820 Cummins Highway and 30 to 32 Regis Road. In addition, the city-owned unnumbered parcels located at the corner of Cummins Highway and Regis Road were planned to be the location of a youth activity center. During the pre-development process, discussions with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Boston to develop the unnumbered parcels as a pre-teen center did not come to fruition. And the development team subsequently attempted to engage other youth organizations to develop the site. Unfortunately, they were unable to secure an interested partner. The development team and the Mayor's Office of Housing have agreed that the youth center project should not be pursued and those parcels should be returned to the City of Boston property inventory. The request for a rescission of tentative developer designation and conveyance is the result of this determination. Please note that at closing, only the 2 parcels located at 820 Cummins Highway and 30 to 32 Regis Road were included on the deed to the Cody Village Limited Partnership. The unnumbered parcels on Cummins Highway and Regis Road were not included in the deed. I have provided a handout related to this vote request that is displayed on the screen. The first is the site map, and as you can see, 820 Cummins Highway and 32 Regis Road were the properties that were deeded to the partnership, and they have since been developed. The townhouses at 30 to 32 Regis Road are actually occupied now, and they're renting up the apartments at 820 Cummins Highway as we speak. The parcels that we're talking about are on the corner of Regis Road and Cummins Highway. The very prominent sites as you come into Mattapan Square, and we'll see in the following couple slides, you'll see the photos of the site. This is coming out of Mattapan Square, so the site would be on your right as you exit Mattapan Square, and the other photo is as you come into Mattapan Square would be on your left. So that's the current site. If PFC approves the rescission request, MOH plans to start a new community process for the property disposition of the parcels. And I am here to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions, Commissioner Moy?
No questions. Motion to approve.
Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. Nice to see everybody again.
Good to see you.
It's been a while.
It has.
Take care.
Take care.
Thank you. Vote number 2 is hereby approved. Vote number 3 is being presented by Marilys Jenis, Project Manager with the Real Estate Management and Sales Division. Vote 3 is a request for a tentative developer designation and intent to sell to Sharif Abdal Khalak, doing business as East Roxbury Development Corporation. This is for vacant land located at 59 Humboldt Avenue in Roxbury. The purchase price is for $37,000. Marilys, if you would please present vote number 3.
Thank you, PT. Good morning, Commissioners. I'm here requesting PFC approval for the tentative developer designation to Sharif Abdal Khalak, doing business as East Roxbury Development Corporation, for the parcel identified in the vote package in the Roxbury neighborhood of Boston. MOH conducted a public process that resulted in the developer designation and this tentative designation vote request. A community notification was mailed in March and April of 2022 to inform of MOH's intent to issue an RFP for the parcel. A request for proposal was issued on April 25th, 2022, and advertised in the State Central Register on April 27th, 2022, in the Boston Herald on April 25th and May 2nd of 2022, as well as in the City Record on May 2nd and on May 9th of 2022. One proposal was received in response to the RFP on May 31st, 2022, and was determined to meet the eligibility criteria. The offer price is for the appraised value. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and the PFC vote request. I have also provided handouts related to this vote request, which are displayed on the screen. So,
Sorry about that.
it's okay. There we go. The first is the site map showing where the parcel is located, and the second picture is a street view of the actual parcel with the outline showing the parcel itself. Mr. Abdal Khalak owns the adjacent parcels and proposed to use this parcel as additional square footage for future development. In summary, if PFC approves this vote request, it will result in the following public benefits. It will return a vacant property in MOH's inventory for over 33 years back to productive use and the tax rolls. The sale will also generate $37,000 in initial revenues from the sale. And I am here to answer any questions. Thanks.
No questions. Motion to approve.
Thank you. Any questions, Commissioner Moy?
No questions. Motion to approve.
Sorry. See me now?
So,
Yes.
we can see you now.
Wow, it just like went blank. So, as we were saying, you gave a motion to approve. I seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it.
Thank you. Vote number 3 is hereby approved. Vote number 4 is being presented by Shani Fletcher, Assistant Director with the Director's Office Division. Vote number 4 is a request to accept and expend an Urban Agriculture and Innovative Production Planning Grant from the United States Department of Agriculture and Natural Resources Conservation Service. This grant will allow MOH to develop a municipal strategy for promoting local food production in 4 low-income neighborhoods, including East Boston, Dorchester, Mattapan, and Roxbury. The grant amount is for $200,000, and the duration of services will be through March 2nd, 2024. Shani, if you please present vote number 4.
Thank you, Titi, and good morning, Commissioners. I'm here requesting PSC approval to accept and expend a United States Department of Agriculture Natural Resources Conservation Service Urban Agriculture and Innovative Production Planning Grant in the amount of $200,000 to fund a planning process regarding urban food production facilitated by Metropolitan Area Planning Council, hereafter known as MAPC, and Urban Farming Institute of Boston Incorporated, hereafter known as UFI. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and the PFC vote request. Grow Boston, the Office of Urban Agriculture, was recently established at the Mayor's Office of Housing, hereafter known as MOH, as Grow Boston begins its work to increase food production and thereby food security and climate resilience. It seeks to engage those most affected in guiding its work and prioritizing new efforts based on local needs. This grant will allow MOH to engage MAPC to conduct neighborhood planning processes in the 4 Boston neighborhoods that have the highest rates of food insecurity: Dorchester, Roxbury, Mattapan, and East Boston. These planning processes will result in community-driven recommendations for how to increase local food production based on local needs, assets, and resources. MAPC will also conduct interviews with municipal agencies and additional assessments to determine areas of opportunity for city policies and practices to make increasing food production across the city more possible. In addition, the grant will allow MOH to engage UFI to conduct a parallel process with farmers, gardening organizations, and other food producers in developing a long-term strategy for increasing growing capacity across the city. MAPC is the regional planning agency for the 101 cities and towns of metropolitan Boston and has a great deal of experience in Massachusetts food system planning and policy. UFI is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to develop and promote urban farming to engage individuals in growing food and building a healthy community. In summary, if PFC approves the vote request, it will result in the following public benefits: increased local food production across the city guided by community recommendations, increased food security in the most food insecure neighborhoods, and increased resilience in the face of climate change. I'm here to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Any questions?
No questions, always great to accept money. Motion to approve.
Seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Vote number 4 is hereby approved. Vote number 5 is being presented by Tiara Satchfeld, Development Officer with the Neighborhood Housing Development Division. This is a request for amendment to the vote of September 16, 2020 to extend the tentative designation intent to sell period from 24 to 36 months to the People's Academy Incorporated. This is for vacant land located at 436 Warren Street, 7 to 9 Quincy Street, and 20 to 20 Glenburn Street in Roxbury. Tiara, if you'll please present vote number 5, please.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm here requesting PFC approval for a 12-month extension of the tentative developer designation of the People's Academy for 3 parcels located at 436 Warren Street, 7 to 9 Quincy Street, and 20 to 22 Glenburn Street in the neighborhood of Roxbury in Boston, as outlined in the vote package. As background, MOH has conducted a public process regarding the disposition of the parcels, including a community meeting, which was held on April 3rd, 2019, to discuss the development of the parcels. A request for proposals was issued on February 10th, 2020, and advertised in the Boston Herald on February 10th, 2020, and February 17th, 2020, in the Central Register on February 12th, 2020, and in a city record on February 17th, 2020, and February 24th, 2020. The RFP was opened on May 22nd, 2020. There were 4 proposals and 1 written request submitted. After initial review, 2 applicants, the People's Academy and UHM Properties, were invited to present their plans of development to neighborhood residents in a virtual community meeting, which was held on June 25th, 2020. Based on community feedback and MOH review of all eligible applications against the RFP evaluation criteria, MOH recommended the tentative developer designation of the People's Academy at the September 16, 2020 PFC. PFC approved the tentative developer designation of the People's Academy on September 16, 2020 for a 24-month period. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and the PFC vote requests. To date, the People's Academy has accomplished the following. The Boston City Council voted to award American Rescue Plan Act funds to the project. The project received a pre-development loan from the Community Economic Development Assistance Corporation, CDAC. TPA worked with Kennard Architects to develop preliminary architectural plans for the proposed building. TPA has secured preliminary commitments from private funders towards the build-out of the trade school, and TPA has developed and revised a budget for the Warren Street site in conjunction with Eden developers. MOH is requesting a 12-month extension of the developer designation to allow additional time for the People's Academy to achieve the following task. Continue to implement a fundraising initiative with the goal of raising sufficient funds to support the development of the plan, advance design plans for Inspectional Services Department permit review, and if applicable, Zoning Board of Appeals approval, as well as finalizing financial commitments. I have provided some slides related to this vote request, which are displayed on the screen. Okay, the first slide provides a locus map of the 3 parcels. The second and third display existing conditions on both sides. The fourth and fifth are renderings of the proposed development building types. In closing, if PFC approves the vote request, the project will create the following public benefits. Develop a mixed-use building consisting of 14,100 square feet of institutional space, which includes a workshop, machine shop, classroom, break room, and office for the People's Academy Pre-Apprentice Training Program, 49 residential units for students of the Pre-Apprentice Program, and 2,000 square feet of leasable commercial space. We expect to return to PFC in 2023 for a conveyance vote. Thank you, and I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions? Thank you.
No questions. Sounds like a great project. Motion to approve.
Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. The ayes have it.
Thank you. Vote number 5 is hereby approved. And the final remaining vote for today, vote number 6, is also being presented by Tierra Satchville. Vote 6 is a request for tentative developer designation and intent to sell to PWN Development Incorporation for vacant land located at 35 Waverly Street, 50 to 52 Waverly Street, 64 Waverly Street, and 58 Clifford Street in Roxbury. The purchase price is recommended at $400. Upon Public Facilities Commission approval, this tentative developer designation intent to sell vote shall replace the now expired vote for the tentative developer designation intent to sell to PWN Development Incorporated, approved on June 25th, 2021, which will become null and void. Tiara, if you would please present vote number 6, please.
I'm here requesting PFC approval for the tentative developer designation of PWN Development for the parcels identified in the vote package in the Roxbury neighborhood of Boston. These parcels are offered under the Mayor's Neighborhood Homes Initiative. This vote request replaces the tentative designation of PWN Development approved by PFC on June 25th, 2021 that has lapsed. As background, these parcels were included in the Waverly Clifford Neighborhood Homes Initiative request for proposals, which was publicly advertised pursuant to Chapter 30B requirements, including advertisements in the State Central Register on November 11th, 2020, and the Boston Herald on November 9th and November 16th, 2020, and in the City Record on November 16th and November 23rd, 2020. The RFP was issued on November 9th, 2020. Prior to advertising, MOH held a community meeting on February 15th, 2018 to announce the inclusion of these parcels in the NHI program and to discuss the development and design criteria for the RFP. After receiving resident support, MOH issued the RFP in November 2020. MOH received 2 responses that met the RFP eligibility criteria, and MOH staff posed additional questions to representatives of each team as part of our review process. PWN Development was the highest ranked applicant across all of NHI evaluation categories. PWN is a small residential development firm with experience in a single and multifamily development in Boston and has expressed a strong desire to transition to affordable housing development. PWN's proposal offered the most feasible and competitive development budget. PWN also stated their commitment to hiring NWBE local subcontractors and listed several such contractors they have worked with in the past. As MOH's preferred developer on April 13th, 2021, MOH introduced the PWN development team at a meeting of the Roxbury Path Forward Neighborhood Association. Community members were supportive of the developer and their plans for the sites. As noted earlier, PFC approved the tentative designation of PWN development on June 25th, 2021. This current request replaces the PFC approval that has lapsed. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project in the PFC vote request. I've also provided some slides related to this vote request, which are displayed on the screen. The first slide shows locus maps of the 4 sites. The second shows an aerial view of the sites. And the third slide shows the existing conditions of each site. The 4th and 5th slides show the NHI home designs that will be constructed on each site. The project will result in a total of 7 new units, including 6 new ownership units and 1 rental unit. There will be 1 2-family structure, including an ownership and rental unit, 1 single-family home, and 4 townhomes in 2 different buildings. The homes will be all affordable, split between 80% AMI moderate income and 100% AMI middle income. In summary, if PFC approves the vote request, PWN development will complete various tasks undertaken to date that include finalize ZBA approval, general contractor costs and budget, receive MOH funding commitment for the development of the affordable new homes, receive permit sign-off approvals from Boston Water and Sewer Commission and Public Works Department prior to inspectional services approval of their permit. We expect to return to PFC in early 2023 for a conveyance vote. In closing, if the PFC approves the vote request, the project will create the following community benefits: creation of 7 total new affordable housing units, including 6 home ownership units and 1 rental unit, all of which will be deed restricted and remain affordable for 50 years. It will introduce contextually appropriate homes on current vacant sites, strengthening the built environment on each street. It will revitalize 4 parcels of underutilized vacant land in the neighborhood of Roxbury and will remove the parcels from the city's inventory, which have been there since 1988. The project is also expected to create 13,453 construction hours, which will generate jobs in the building trades. Thank you, and I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Any questions, Commissioner Molly?
Not a question, but again, sounds like a good project, and I assume the appraised value will be updated in 2023 for the actual transfer vote.
Yes.
Or housekeeping.
Perfect. Okay.
Motion to approve.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Motion's approved.
Thank you. Vote number 6 is hereby approved. This concludes MOH's agenda for today's meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Seconded, all in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you very much, team. Thanks.